and welcome once again to my continuing series for you on the facts about life. Hope you're feeling well today. Glad to be able to speak to you in this way. Today, I'm going to talk about order and how important order is in maintaining a civilized society and creating the roadways for peace amongst us through the application of virtuous living, both individually and through societal policies. Temporal order, the order of the material world, has come to us from the divine, transcendent order of God. It is providential order that keeps things fast in their place. Where would we be without gravity? Part of order, the order of the universe. There is a miraculous, a unified energy field subsisting in consciousness itself. This miraculous field created this amazing planet and implanted life on it. We exist within and are a part of this unified field of consciousness. It is made to us, and we are made to it. Providential purpose and the genius design of the cosmos is displayed in us as the universal impulse to perpetuate the species. This great purpose further shows itself in the compulsions of conscience. It shows itself in our intuitive intimations of our own immorality and in the profound consciousness in higher-minded, more evolved souls that we all partake of some great community and some great essence that unites us all. When veneration for God's order and purpose is lacking, people tend to lose sight of life's ultimate meanings and purposes. Our life here may well revert to a rather savage struggle for existence, whereby we openly contend with others and seek to dominate them. Our inner animalistic thoughts and impulses come to the forefront of our thinking. Bad stuff happens. Any reasonable and intelligent person can see the truth of this. Only a shallow, vain, self-intoxicated, atheistic type who refuse to admit the existence of something greater than themselves could be impudent enough to deny these truths and this wisdom. God, who gave us our inbred inclination to be perfected by virtue, also gave us the means of our moral improvement, character development. It is God's will that created civilization and the civilized human. Truly, the nation state which upholds law, protects liberty, impels civilized societies forward, was willed into existence by the source and archetype of all perfection, Almighty God. America and all nations need to respect this truth. Civilized order is dependent upon reverence for the sacred creeds which we have inherited from our enlightened ancestors and wise forebears. The sentimental advocacy by misguided left-wing liberals of indiscriminate and generous sympathies cannot suffice to save a society which has denied that it has a divine ordination. All persons possessing any portion of power ought to be strongly and awfully impressed with the fact that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that governmental power has always presented the gravest danger to personal liberty, God's will for us, part of the providential order, free will choice in personal liberty. Our leaders will be wise when they remember that they act in trust and that they are accountable for their conduct in that trust to the one great master creator, author, and founder of society. Any wise reformer of society will first endeavor to discern the characteristics of the order ordained by providence. Then they will endeavor to conform political arrangements to the laws which govern that order. One of the most important of those laws is that a universal moral equality and standard exists among us all. The concept of a universal moral equality is based on the truth that we all have equal standing before God's court of ultimate justice. Our laws and customs here in America have always encouraged our citizenry to behave in virtuous ways. To behave that way by harnessing, recognizing certainly and harnessing the impulses of the lower nature, the animal side of humanity. We have traditionally applauded the social graces of politeness and civility. We have honored morality. The traditions of civility and morality that we hold dear are derived from the absolute moral laws of God. Disregarding these universal moral laws invariably leads to suffering. A truth from our wisdom traditions tells us that the ungoverned appetites of the 7 deadly sins are most often the actual cause of most of the problems that trouble our lives. All good societies strive for equal justice and equal opportunity for all. They honor the stability that law and order provide. They ensure to everyone their liberty to pursue happiness, to experience love and joy, and pursue the good things of life. Individually, we are all in search for meaning, for happiness, for the truths of life, and inner spiritual peace. In this searching for meaning, truth, peace, and happiness, Providence has furnished the means by which we may acquire them. The means is establishing a just moral order within society and imposing moral order ourselves on our conduct. Just moral order has come to us from the wisdom traditions that have given us our time-honored prescriptions and taboos, without which civilized society would not even be possible. They are not only the guiding lights of the civil social person, but also the keys to private inner contentment. Chief among our guiding lights to living a happy, moral, and successful life, besides our own consciousness and inner sense of presence, are the virtues of temperance, prudence, self-control, and humility. I cannot stress strongly enough that the higher and more joyous happiness in life, truly joyous happiness, ecstatic sometimes contentments, these reside in virtue and the moral happiness that always comes to us when we employ virtue in our lives. Well, there we go. Great message for today about order, God's order, divine purpose for our lives, pathways to the best that life has to offer. Love, joy, success, prosperity, all the great things, and pleasures too. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Kind of serious stuff, but upon reflection, let's hope it helps you proceed to the pathways to the good life through virtue. Goodbye for now.